So earlier this year, we posted about a big project we'd been working on. We boxed up about 800 kilo of equipment which got shipped out via RAF Bryce Norton to Ascension Island. It was Water Freedom's first government contract. Ascension Island is a crown dependency in the middle of the Atlantic, almost halfway between Africa and South America, and it's a fascinating place. Charles Darwin was here in the 19th century, and amazingly, it's water from his infrastructure that we're purifying here. But we'll tell you more about that later. Now, Darwin was interested in Ascension because it's so far from anywhere that anything that was here when Darwin arrived had to have evolved here. They've got all sorts of unusual wildlife. They've got land crabs, which even get their own road crossings. They've got green turtles. They migrate here from Brazil to lay their eggs on Ascension's beaches, which, by the way, are amazing. Although, unfortunately, you can't go in the sea because it's full of sharks. And they're big sharks, the bitey kind. See how close they come to the beach. In terms of the island's topography, it was formed volcanically about 1 million years ago, so quite recent in geological terms. Much of the island is dry, barren volcanic rock, almost like a Martian landscape, but there's a mountain called Green Mountain, nearly 1,000 metres in altitude, and the higher you go, the greener it gets. It gets greener and greener, the vegetation getting denser and more diverse, and all of this exists because of Charles Darwin. He had the idea of greening the mountaintop with the belief that the vegetation would trap moisture from clouds and that would result in more flora, which would eventually create its own ecosystem. So he imported around 300 species of plants and trees from the botanical gardens in London and Cape Town. And this is the result. You can see here there's banana trees that we're passing. The vegetation is dense. It's effectively, it's a tropical rainforest. And as we get higher and higher, it just continues getting greener and greener until we get to the top. And here we are arriving near the top of the mountain, near the top of Green Mountain at about 950 metres of altitude. And the structure that we're going to look at is what's responsible for all of the greenery that we've just seen. So this is the structure that Darwin created. He came up with the idea of coating the conical volcanic crater at the top of the mountain with concrete to act as a funnel to channel water down to a well that's down at the bottom. The trouble is, there's wildlife up here. There's sheep, there's goats, there's birds. And this is one of the reasons that we're here, because the animal feces get into the water that's collected in the well. But more on that in the next post.